Oh man, so yesterday we went over Kendrick Lamar's interview with SZA and the reactions from Drake fans, but at the end of my video, I did include hip-hop journalists that were not happy with Kendrick deciding to sit down with SZA and field questions from her and not a traditional journalist. Okay, so today we got TDE Punch, an executive from TDE, and he's speaking on the situation, but let's get right to it. So he says, is it okay to criticize the critics? Because ultimately, we're just talking about opinions, right? Well, my opinion, LOL, I'm a critic, is we're losing perspective on things. Something great or not so great happens, then we talk about it, and that's fine. Again, this is just my opinion. It might change later, so wait for something great to happen, sleep on it, study it, and find something insightful to say about it. I respect hip-hop journalism and feel it's needed in its truest form. It helps keep the culture alive. But it's only a few real ones left. Most of you guys are trash. Just my opinion. That's why artists don't want to talk to you. Okay. Now that right there is getting a lot of reactions, even including from myself. Philip Lewis, who's a journalist on social media, says we should define our terms because I think people are conflating content creators, Instagram gossip pages, and streamers with journalists and reporters. These are not all the same thing. You're right, Phil, but sometimes the journalists need to remind themselves of that too. We went from Angie Martinez to Akademiks. That's the problem. The person says Akademiks is a streamer, not a journalist. Akademiks is a personality, but he does also have a media outlet. He runs a media platform. Experienced hip-hop journalists seem to be MIA because these outlets want to pay a $40K entry-level salary to someone with 20 years of lived and writing experience. Crazy business. So you got these young green-ass reporters who don't have a scrap of hip-hop history fumbling the biggest bylines. It's a travesty for real. Good journalists deserve to be paid for quality work. You pay shit, you get shit. I'm just saying, check the average experience level at these pubs and you will see exactly what I mean. Us vets are on the sidelines, but not necessarily by choice. I just don't think it's money out there in the market, baby girl. Unfortunately, platforms like mine exist. We get to a lot of stories quicker than y'all. We don't have any industry ties, so we tell our truths, which sometimes aligns with a lot of fans. Sometimes fans just enjoy our genuine personalities much more than you guys' personalities when it comes to delivering these stories. Y'all gotta go through so much red tape just to get a story out. By the time y'all talk about one topic, one story, 50 bloggers have already mudded it out, bro. Traditional media cannot keep up with decentralized media at all. So no, it's no money out there to pay y'all. And it sucks, but that's why you see what you're seeing now when it comes to hip-hop journalists. And that's why I say right here, they're more concerned with being personalities than journalists that document hip-hop. They want to be the stars themselves, which is fine, but it will play into whether an artist will elect to come on your platform when what should be an interview can turn into a clash of egos. That's why with Joe Budden being one of the biggest platforms that's headlined by a respected media personality, former rapper, but people don't always go ahead and sit down with Joe Budden unless they his homeboy or homegirl because of his personality. It's very, very brash. Although what I usually see when Joe Budden sits down with people is not a combative conversation, it's really a chill conversation, but I think people may be hesitant before going up there. And with social media, if an artist want to go ahead and say something, they can easily just say it on their own. They don't have to go to a publication and get their words out there, dog. And there's many more factors, though. But in response to this, we got Elliott Wilson. Elliott Wilson is actually retweeting what Punch said. When I covered the interview, I spoke about Elliott Wilson saying nah on a new interview and nah on the new song, Monday Mornings, West Coast. And the interview he's referring to is the Kendrick interview. The new song is the Tyler the Creator song. And that was his perspective. He responded to this person saying, because the standard of rap media are messy men like Elliott Wilson, so what incentive does a superstar have to interview with them if they know they're going to go into it being blindsided by an interviewer with ulterior motives? Elliott responds to that saying, messy men, many messy men. Oh man. So I'm sure Elliott is saving his opinion for his podcast. For folks that don't know, Elliott ran Rap Radar and was the top guy over at XXL magazine for a long time. His wife is a journalist as well. She was a big dog at Vibe magazine and a big dog with Billboard as well. Her name is Danielle Smith Wilson, all right? So while I was editing, I peeped that DJ Akademiks had his take on Kendrick Lamar going to this outlet instead of a traditional hip-hop journalist. Let's see what he got to say.
I've seen everybody online say it, but I keep telling y'all, I've been gaining more and more respect for Kendrick. You know why? He's a cold motherfucker. He's a guy who knows how to rock the culture to sleep, and I've compared him to Jay-Z. Jay-Z did that to us multiple times, played in our face. A guy who claims he stands on morals and principles, but every time we see his actions, it seems like it's not the truth. A guy who says he's only for the culture, but as soon as he gets an opportunity to go get on a platform that's non-cultural, he runs to it. I love it. I love it. Because I like when niggas like Kendrick rock you bitch ass niggas to sleep, and with this culture shit, and then shits on you every single time. Oh, it's all about the culture. You were rocking with Colin Kaepernick, but now you don't give a fuck because Super Bowl's time is here. I bet. Say less. Oh, listen. Oh, we gotta watch a culture die. What about these radio personalities?
The Colin Kaepernick angle is so stupid. When Colin Kaepernick is trying to get back into the NFL him damn self, kill that shit. It's dumb as hell.
I bet. Say less. Oh, listen. Oh, we gotta watch a culture die. What about these radio personalities and media niggas? And when you could give a nod to a nigga you think, you ran to do your first interview at Harper Bazaar? Real nigga. I like that. I like when an artist plays in the face of these niggas. Yeah, he's playing with y'all. The nigga rap that Drake was a colonizer. Nigga, at least Drake trying to tap in with me, Kai, and like some little streamer niggas. The first interview this nigga did, we don't even know what a Harper Bazaar is. Elliot Wilson over there like, what the fuck? What is this? Who is this? Nope, not you. DJ Hattie, like he just came up, face looking like a glazed donut. Are we ready for the interview? No, nigga, get out of here. Fuck out of here. It's not time for no goddamn interview with you, bum. Get out of here. What? What? Got a throat full of semen. Nope, not your turn. Oh my God. Who gets the first look? Kendrick. Kudos. Fucking great. I like it. I told y'all this before. Y'all didn't want to believe me. I said Kendrick used the culture, gained the Infinity Stones, and he's still talking that Mr. Morale shit. Oh, I want to change the industry. I want to watch the party die. And I'm telling you, he got the Infinity Stone. All it takes is a snap to change right now, right this moment. He is so, I'm telling you, he got more power than Drake right now in terms of affecting culture. If he wanted to speak out against drill music, he could. Not saying I don't think he could eradicate, but he would have people look at it a certain way. By the way, he was never this powerful when he spoke out for X. And by the way, I thank him for that. Kendrick, I fuck with you for that. Just say on Freud, his family, XXXTentacion, his whole fan base appreciated the fact that you stood up to the DSPs for him. But when a guy is living on this whole watch the party die, he want to do A, B, C, and D because there's people poisoning the community, serving up propaganda, the colonizers are That's what he's saying. He has the single most important opportunity to snap his finger like Thanos and cause an entire ripple effect. You want to restore media to where it's not by propaganda? How about you go holla at A, B, C, D, E, F, G journalists within that black community who used to do that traditional media that maybe you appreciated back then. You could do that. But again, that's why I like Kendrick. You don't. I like it. Fuck it. I like it. So let's get into this. He does an interview with Harper Bazaar. By the way, not only you don't give a fuck about all these niggas who've been cock riding and meat holding and everything like that, SZA is the person who interviewed him. Let's get into this beautiful, brilliant piece of work and piece of art. I can't wait to read this. This is...
My quick thoughts on it. Like the last video I had, no matter what, people that's on Drake's side are going to find whatever reason they can to go ahead and bash Kendrick Lamar. Could he have gone to a black publication? Yeah, he could have. But he has a whole album coming out. Who knows what he's going to do in the future? If he does sit down with a media personality from the culture, people are going to say, oh, he's only doing that because he received backlash. When the man could have possibly had a plan the whole entire time in the back of his mind. Who knows? But we going to see. Okay, now back to what Punch had to say, my thoughts on the whole situation, man. I grew up loving hip-hop journalism, dog. I like to read, I like to write, even though I don't speak that well. I have a speech impediment, but I do love to read. Somehow I ended up with a YouTube channel with me speaking all the time, but it is what it is. But two of my favorite websites as a kid was OHHLA, which is Original Hip Hop Lyrics Archive, and Hip Hop DX. Like to this day, if I go and type in Google, just my muscle memory just starts typing in Hip Hop DX. I still check it sometimes when I go ahead and type things into the browser. That's how much muscle memory I have when it comes to searching what's going on Hip Hop DX. I used to love the editorials for different albums and things of that sort and dig deep into the writing. I used to love it, you feel me? I always checked into the reviews for any albums that came out. I used to be in those comments arguing with people when there was the back and forth between Lil Wayne and Jay-Z, when people were saying Jay-Z the GOAT. I'm like, nah, man, Lil Wayne the GOAT. This around like 07, 08-ish around that time. But I used to be in them. So I said that to say now I'm seeing a lot of Hip Hop DX writers that's in the media personality space, and I do love it. I do love it. But I don't like when they do it in a lazy way. Like, you dudes are pros, man. I hold you to a high standard. There's no way that you should have the same amount of information as me when you're speculating about a topic on people that you have access to. TDE Punch had to come and correct an actual journalist who was running with the Glasses Malone narrative about J. Cole's pop song with Ab-Soul. I got another video talking about that. We're gonna come back on that. But that should never be the case when these people are accessible. They're accessible to you. Speculation is for us fans / media personalities. We look to you guys for confirmation, not speculation. That's not what we come to journalists for. Facts. We want facts from you. Unless you are doing an editorial, even those opinions need to be based off facts. But honestly speaking, I get it though. This is what happens when they want to be a part of the race. It takes too long to be right. All right. It's crazy because you make more money when you're wrong because you can come back and correct yourself, and that's doubling up on the topic. The shit crazy out here. That's more bread. But as consumers, I just gotta say, man, be careful and be considerate when it comes to who you get your information from. At the end of the day though, this shit is not that serious, and it's really no point to get real emotions involved because essentially we're just all talking shit about one of our favorite hobbies, that's listening to hip hop music. But for the sake of a good argument, please make sure it's facts-based. That's all I'm asking for, dog. That's all I'm asking for. From that point, we can talk shit and go back and forth. Nah, that boy trash. No, he trash. Woo, woo. We can talk shit. But let's be on the same playing field, on the same rules, and going with the same history, and then go from that point and using those to make our opinions, dog. But when everyone is out here is just throwing shit out there that never even happened, it makes this shit so exhausting because we can't even agree on a timeline before we have certain discussions about some shit happened. There's no point of even debating at that point, dog, because you're gonna be stuck on just trying to prove the timeline. That's neither here nor there. I'm about to move on to my next video, going over the Ab-Soul interview on Effective immediately with DJ Head and Gina Views. We're gonna talk about that and how the song Pie featuring Ab-Soul and Daylight on J. Cole's My Delete Later, how that all happened, and how Ab-Soul is saying it wasn't a Kendrick diss, and Kendrick even heard it before any diss songs were ever released. But in the meantime, when it comes to this topic, let me know what you gotta say in the comment section below. I'm gonna go ahead and get up out of here though. This is another update with Stace. Yo.